Hello, hello, hello. I guess it's prog review. It was another one of those moons the other day. It was another full moon. I think it was the Harvey moon. I'm sure it was. And every time there's a full moon or a half moon, Peter Gabriel decides to squirt another digital release onto Bandcamp and YouTube and wherever else, because we're not getting an album. We're getting a series of dribblings, multiple mixes of songs. This time, so much, so little. It's not a happy song. It's not a happy song. It's a sad song. But now we could review it seriously, or we could talk about Peter Gabriel's erection again. I mean, it's up to you. Which way do you want to go? But the opening riff, the opening piano refrain that runs through the entire thing. Yeah, it's the riff from the end of Cinema Show by Genesis. Trust me, listen to it. It's the same riff. Gabriel himself says that some people really hate this song that he's played it to. I don't know. It's not I hate it. It's just it's a very slight song, and again it's a sad song. So much unfinished business, all sticky with desire. Again, it's about fucking. It's about all the women he didn't get to fuck. Raking through the empty shells of all the rockets we fired. Firing a rocket. It's an allusion to ejaculation. Set the navigation for the earth, all warm and wet. Again, warm and wet. Earth. Earth Mother. As the longing drops away, i.e., he gets old, can't get it up anymore, the compass is reset. There's so much to aim for. You can shoot at the sun, but it all just comes and goes. There's only so much that can be done. So it's only so many women you can fuck. That's what the song's about. Time slips in the mirror. As old man I was born. I've grown into be a baby with a halo and a horn. A horn. He's got the horn. Halo, horn. Come on. Yes, so basically it's a song of I'm not going to play out that far anymore. It's about I don't know. It's about coming towards that period of your life where all the opportunities seem to have gone. Missed opportunity. Again, we're talking about Peter Gabriel here. We're talking about multi-millionaire Peter Gabriel. Again, I don't know what regrets Peter Gabriel could have because he's multi-millionaire Peter Gabriel. I mean, he fucked Rosanna Arquette for Christ's sake, and Sinead O'Connor. For fuck's sake. Went a bit crazy with the Sinead O'Connor though. Never go crazy. So yeah, I mean it's a sad reflective song, and it goes on. It's nearly 5 minutes long. Goes on a bit, and then that fucking brass band, that colliery band comes in again, and I'm thinking that'll do, pig. That'll do. Don't get me wrong. I'm with it until that colliery band kicks in. He could have, I don't know, got a guitarist. Any guitarist. A featured guitarist. Or someone like Leo Abrahams to put some textures, some swashes of electric guitar. Some texture. Or even David Rhodes for that matter. I'm sure he'd be up for it. But instead we have the same tone palette that Gabriel falls back on. The piano again. It's a mournful song. I think it'd be quite good at the end of an album song. You certainly don't want it in the middle because it's going to completely derail whatever energy you've built up. But yeah, it could be a very good resolution to an album. But yeah, I mean, it's about opportunities, getting old, reflection, mirrors, and life. This edition is limited. Here we go again. We're not limited. There are many of us. And you never know. In a different time, in a different culture, there may have been another Peter Gabriel. We're just borrowing these faces. They come back. These ideas are repeated. I don't like this idea of us being unique, because we're not. We're not unique. We're really not. Yeah, there are a few people in our society, in our culture, that are unique. You know, the Einsteins of this world, the free thinkers who, I don't know, who might help cure diseases and things like that. But a musician, nah, sorry, Pete, you don't cut it. You're not that. You're not that clever. You're just a song and dance man at the end of it, you know. So yeah, I mean, there's this contradiction. There's this thing about missed opportunity, but then there's the futility of shooting your rockets to the sun. You know, that's a futile gesture. It's contradictory. And indeed, we are limited by our mortality. There's only so much that can be done in the time we're allowed. Again, I don't know what else Peter Gabriel wants to do with his life. I'd imagine he's had a pretty charmed life. He was always going to. He came from a pretty good background. This isn't somebody, you know, who's, you know, fought poverty. This isn't somebody who fought his way up against oppression. This is somebody who went to Charterhouse, for Christ's sake, who was destined to be a captain of industry, a titan in our country, maybe a politician even. So yeah, it's just him, you know, doing that thing where he's reflecting on life, because I don't know, he could keel over. He was probably looking at Phil Collins when he wrote this song. Probably thought, blimey, don't end up like that. Look, I'm riffing. I've got to say something to make you laugh, because he doesn't give me much to go on these days. But yeah, I mean, it's pleasant enough. It's too long. Colliery Band, drop it. Pete, stop using the same sounds. We get it. You keep using them. You've used them. It's been used on That'll Do. It's used on Father and Son, and we get it here. And I think it's been, you know, the parpings of the Colliery Band keep coming back, and it actually, Pete, it's cultural appropriation. For you're not a northerner. You're not working class. You have no right to claim the Colliery Band as your own. Shame on you. This is cultural appropriation. So yeah, that is so much Dark Side mix. I guess that's Chad Blake doing that. I'm getting the hang of this now. Who's doing what mix? Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It's like I say, it'd be a good end piece to an album. If you wanted to end an album on a melancholy introspection, you know, reflecting on your oncoming mortality. That's it. It ticks all those boxes. It really does. So yeah, so much. So much for that, you know. But yeah, there's so much he wants to do, and that's the review. Of course, if I'm wrong, tell me about it in the comments box below. The thing is now, you see, again, the problem we have now is in the old days, in the good old days, these artists used to give us albums, actual albums. I'm going to go there again. But we used to listen to them and project our own imaginations onto the ambiguities and the language used therein. So again, every song becomes quite personal, especially, you know, at the time you are in your life. You know, a song can take on a meaning. Unfortunately, that's all been fucking ruined. Thanks, Pete. And also ruined by all those little beard stroking wankers who come on and get in the comments who say, "It's all wrong, you got it all wrong. Pete means this." Yeah, Pete can mean anything he wants it to mean. But we live now in a time where Pete's going to tell us exactly what it all means, and that robs a lot of the mystique and the ability of the song to fire one's imagination, because now people search out the meaning and their imagination is immediately limited by what Gabriel's doing. I doubt if Gabriel's going to watch this, but Pete, stop doing it. Don't tell him what it's about. Talk about the artwork and the art and how the song was brought together, you know, where it started, the foundations of it, but don't go into the details of what it all means, because you rob your audience of the ability to project their own imagination, their own life experience onto your songs. Now you've robbed it, you've taken it away from us. And like I said, you get these anal little twats who come on here and tell you you're wrong. We can all interpret a song how we want. That's the beauty of music. That's the beauty of art. You go into a gallery, and again, an artist, again, especially a lot of the old masters and a lot of the, you know, the Dutch paintings that hang up, they all have meanings. They all have political meanings, and their patrons, you know, put hidden messages in. But you might go in and you might focus on a certain aspect of that painting. You're not wrong for interpreting a song any way you wish. Okay. So if you're going to come on at me and tell me I'm wrong, go fuck yourself. That's my message for today. You have a limited imagination, and you are the worst. You are the worst of society that's been shut into existence. You should not be here. You rob the rest of us of our ability to create stories. You freaks. There we go. I think I got it off my chest. But yeah. So what? I mean, sorry, so much. It's the latest song. I guess it's number 7. Blimey. Is it ever going to end? From IO. Oh, I didn't do the artwork. Shoot, I forgot to put the artwork up. Wait a minute. Let me just do that. There we go. That is like magic then. I'm very good at this. I do it all live. I don't do any scripting because I don't like wasting my time, because YouTube's only going to show this to about, I don't know, 300 people, so you know, there's no point. Who did the artwork? I did watch it. I watched Peter Gabriel talking about it. Honest, but I can't remember the artwork name. Does it say? Who did the artwork? Does it show? Henry Hudson. Somewhere over Mercia, and it looks like a dog's wiped its bottom across some plasticine. I'm joking. Yeah, I mean, this kind of artwork that we see here is 10 a penny. There's lots of people that do this kind of art, and it's yeah. Anyway, that was the review. Who else played on it? So you've got bass, Tony Levin, David Rhodes on guitars, pianos, synth, Peter Gabriel, backing vocals, Peter Gabriel, Melanie Gabriel, and then you've got the orchestras and yeah, bloody colliery band sound that they keep doing. I can't even be bothered. Look, there's just so many people with the orchestral arrangement. So many people there. Look, I can't be able to read all that out. Just pause the video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been talking about so much. The latest song from IO by that there Peter Gabriel. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. Is it a review? I don't know. If you haven't, I don't care. I mean, you should know that by now. I've been doing this too long. But if you've enjoyed it, stick your thumb right up. Go on. Stick it right up me. Because I like it like that. And we'll do this all again. I don't know, maybe we'll do it for the half moon. I can go on all again. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that was the review. Thank you for watching. PROG on.